Ever wondered how to make the perfect chocolate chip cookies at home? Welcome to a culinary journey where we unravel the secrets of baking. Today, we're focusing on those little circles of joy, chocolate chip cookies. These are not just any cookies, but the perfect blend of rich chocolate and crisp cookie texture. Our aim is to share a simple, straightforward method that will have you baking delicious homemade cookies in no time. So stay tuned because you're about to become a cookie master. First things first, gather all your ingredients. For these chocolate chip cookies, you're going to need 1.5 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, half a cup of room temperature butter, half a cup of brown sugar, a quarter cup of white sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1.5 cups of sweet chocolate chips. It's always best to get all your ingredients together before you start, to make sure you have everything, and to streamline the process. Plus, it makes you feel like a real chef, having everything prepared and ready to go. Keep in mind that the quality of your ingredients can significantly impact the final result. So try to use the best ingredients you can find. Now that we've got everything we need, we can start baking. Now it's time to prepare our cookie dough. Let's start by combining our dry ingredients. In a medium bowl, mix together 1.5 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. Set this mixture aside for a moment. Next, we'll cream together our butter and sugars. In a separate bowl, beat half a cup of room temperature butter until it's nice and fluffy. Then add in half a cup of brown sugar and a quarter cup of white sugar. Keep beating until the mixture is smooth and well combined. Now it's time to add in the egg and vanilla. Crack 1 egg into the butter and sugar mixture, then pour in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat these in until the mixture is well blended. We'll gradually incorporate our dry ingredients into this wet mixture. Add the flour mixture bit by bit, stirring until a soft dough forms. But remember, don't overmix. We want our cookies to have a nice, tender texture. Finally, we'll fold in our chocolate chips. Stir 1.5 cups of sweet chocolate chips into the dough. Make sure they're evenly distributed throughout. If you prefer dark or white chocolate, feel free to use those instead. And voila, we have our cookie dough ready. It's as simple as that. Up next, we'll be shaping and baking our cookies. Stay tuned! With our dough ready, it's time to bake some cookies. Begin by dividing the dough into even portions. You can use a tablespoon or a small ice cream scoop for this. Don't worry too much about getting each cookie exactly the same size. After all, they're homemade and part of the charm is in their uniqueness. Once you've portioned out your dough, arrange the pieces on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Make sure to leave enough space between each cookie. They will expand while baking and you don't want them to stick together. Slide the baking sheet into a preheated oven and let the magic happen. Bake the cookies until they are golden brown. This usually takes about 10 to 12 minutes, but every oven is different, so keep an eye on them. Once they're nice and golden, it's time to take them out of the oven and let them cool. Remember, cookies continue to cook a little on the baking sheet, even after they're out of the oven, so don't leave them in too long. Enjoy the aroma of freshly baked cookies filling your kitchen. Now comes the best part, enjoying your homemade chocolate chip cookies. The moment they've cooled, you can dive right in. The rich chocolate, the buttery cookie, it's a match made in heaven. Or if you can muster the patience, store them in an airtight container. They'll stay fresh and delicious for days, ready for whenever that cookie craving hits. But don't let the fun stop here. There are countless ways to customize this recipe to your liking. Fancy a bit of crunch? Try adding chopped nuts like walnuts or almonds to the dough, or mix up the chocolate. Dark chocolate chips add a bittersweet twist, while white chocolate brings a creamy sweetness. For a softer cookie, a teaspoon of baking powder mixed into the flour does the trick. And remember, a cold glass of milk is the ultimate sidekick to a delicious chocolate chip cookie. And that's how you make perfect chocolate chip cookies at home. Enjoy your baking and most importantly, enjoy your cookies.